Hello. Yes, everybody's getting their little cocktails on. We're going to do this tonight. Yes. Welcome to the Realness and Reality Talk Show. I am your host, Flex Jones, this evening. This is Sex T 101. Yes. Love it. I have to get the other glasses because I can't see. They say when you reach around after 40, you can't see. So I have to make sure I see with the best of glasses that I have. Deal with me for 1 second. I hope everybody's got their cocktail. I got mine. I have a sippy cup with some cocktail in it so nobody knows I'm drinking that cocktail. This is my sexy look. What you think? Sexy look? I thought so too. Yes. Don't forget to get your friends to join in on the VIP access group. This is where our lives will be feeding now. And we're doing this for a reason. Real quickly to let you know, we're doing this to assist Fifth Avenue Alliance LGBT Transgender Assistance Program. So what we're doing now is we're working on raising funds for that organization so it may step in the state of North Carolina, South Carolina, and work its way through the South and hopefully get itself up and running to 50 states. So I always say 51. So please get them to come in, join, small donation to the GoFundMe. And once they get in, boom, we're ready to go. So I want everybody to get your friends to join in, get everybody on the live, get them to take part. And remember, you can't share this live. There's no access to this live into other groups. So you have to get your friends to come in and take part in this. So I'm asking you all to enjoy tonight. This is Sex Tea Talk. Let your hair down. Feel free with yourself. Do what you got to do. We're going to talk about love, romance, intimacy, sex tips, sex toys, sex, whatever it is, romance, relationships. We talk about it all on Sex T 101. And the reason we are on this group page is so that Facebook can't block us from the world. Many of us are getting blocked. Our live feeds are getting blocked, so we're trying to avoid that. So, Pico, Melinda said she'd be right back. Who else is here? All right. So everybody needs to come on through. Let's get everybody through. And we're getting started. So as you all know, I'm your host. I'm Flex Jones. I'm here in romantic side. I hope everybody got a cocktail. Because, see, it's my cocktail. It's a sippy cup with something in it. So, yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back, then we'll get started. Yes, I'm back now. Let's do this. Yeah. Can you all hear me okay? I want to make sure everybody can hear me okay. And here's the music. Michaela, it's time to unwind, baby. I hope you got your cocktail. Can you all hear me okay? I want to make sure everybody hears me okay. And if anybody wants to come on the live, just chime in, let us know. Just chime in and let us know. Just remember, this is Sex T 101, so let your hair down. We talk about all that intimacy stuff. You know, that stuff we like to talk about. And it's not serious, and we have to talk about nobody but intimacy stuff. Yeah. So if anybody wants to chime in, Rosalie, it's good to see everybody coming through. Because you know what this is. It's Sex T 101. You know, we can't have Sex T 101 without having no Sex T 101. Or something like that. I think that's how that works. Get everybody in. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing okay? Everybody can hear me okay? If you can't hear me, let me know. My feedback guy, he's in here now. Brandon, can you hear me okay? Want to make sure I set my privacy channels to all. Wanda, you made it. You made it. Oh, you made it for the Sex T 101. I know. I figured some of you out. Y'all heard sex and you saw T, you saw 101. So I figured some of you would come in for the sex. This is where we're not politically correct and we just say what we gotta say. Yes. Michaela is putting it out there. Yes. Yes, you finally caught me on live. Yes, you have. Yes. Can you all hear me okay? Brandon said, yeah. Okay, good. So, I want to talk about, I'm not going to talk about me trying to have a relationship because it's kind of deadbeat. You all beat me up when I talk about me trying to have a relationship. You try to tell me things I don't want to hear, so I'm gonna kick it up a different level tonight. So, let's talk about, I'm going to kick it off and you all can come in later. Octavia, yes, you finally made it. My girls have finally made it. Yes. All the girls I love. You know I love the girls. I can't help it. So I'm going to say this. I am attracted to trans. I'm attracted to femininity. I'm not a trans attractive male because I don't guess I'm not under that category. But somebody said I was. But then somebody said I was a chaser. No, I'm an admirer of feminine energy. I'm an admirer of trans women and cis women, but I'm truly a deep admirer of trans women. Y'all some beautiful girls. Some of y'all can't act right, but y'all some beautiful girls. And I think many trans women have a great asset to bring into a relationship. It's just that anyone that's dating them, just like a trans man, have to be prepared for difference. We're not your average, everyday Jane or Joe Blow. We are a lot different than most people when it comes to dating because we have to deal with other issues around our lives, which is transitioning, which is a 24-hour, 7 job, which is a livelihood. This is not a lifestyle. There's no style to me being the man I am. There's no style to it. It is a livelihood. Every day I wake up, I've got to deal with the issues that come with this journey. Every day, and remind myself every day of the things I have to do to be who I am, being the man I am. Wanda, you can share this live only by inviting them to the group. Thank you, Brandon. So this is what I'm going to say. I adore my girls. You all know that from day one. You know I adore the girls. I love the girls. I really do. And because I love the girls. I think there's some beautiful. I think y'all beautiful. I think trans women are great, great. They're a great asset to womanhood, to what women are. They're another generation, another idea of women, you know. And for me, yes, if anybody, I know some of y'all thinking, Flex, have you had sex? Yes, I have. I'm a verse. If no one knows what verse is, Wanda, I think you know what a verse is, but a verse is a top or a bottom. And in my bedroom, it's a playroom, because sex is fun. Sex is pleasurable, shouldn't have any limits. That's my feeling. Sex shouldn't have any limits at all. No limits. You should go in there like the McDonald's playground and just jump in and just have a blast with it. That's what you should do. You should have a blast with your sexuality. You should have a blast with your mate, whoever you're having sex with. I don't care if it's 5 minute sex. I don't care if it's 10 minute sex. I don't even care if it's just whatever sex. It's just the sex you have. That's what it is. And I think that sex is very pleasurable. It can be very, very, let me say, pleasurable. Very pleasurable. So that's my take on sex. And at my age, I've learned to enjoy sex from the time I was having it to now that I'm not having them for some reason. I guess it's because I'm getting older and more mature. Well, I am mature, but older and wiser. Getting wiser. I'm getting wiser. So because I'm getting wiser, I believe that I've learned to look at sex and love in two different avenues. I've learned to understand that love is something you grow into, not something you fall into. How you fall in love? It's not like falling into a pile of dirt. I'm just saying, you can't fall into a pile of dirt. So my grandmother taught me falling in love, and I've learned to look for a mate that I know I could grow with and fall in love with. We may never ever get along for the first 2 years, but in time we learn to absorb each other, enjoy each other. There's good and there's always bad in any relationship. So, with that being said, that good and bad, you know, you gotta take the good. The bad is the part that lets you grow. The bad is that's teaching you to do something different. Because whenever something's bad, sometimes in your relationships, it's something you're uncomfortable with or something you're not willing to bend and fold. Now, if it's bad enough where it's abusive, verbally, mentally, physically, emotionally, that's not bad. That's just abuse. That's just pure, downright dirty, dirty abuse. But people say, I had a bad relationship. You have to ask yourself, was there any form of abuse in that relationship? Was there any form of addiction in that relationship? Because your mate could be addicted to you. I mean, that's a great idea, but if someone's so addicted to you and you take away yourself out the equation, what happens with someone with an addiction? They start fiending, start acting out to get what they want. So to have someone that's addicted to you is a good and a bad thing. I can be addicted to someone, but not to the point where I'm fiending and acting out. I'm just so much in like with them that I enjoy their presence. But I can do without them for 5, 6 days. So you can be addicted to the sex because it's good as hell. It ain't something you ain't never had before. But make sure that you're not fiending for it and that's all you think of and that's all you want. Because when you become addicted to that, you don't even give anybody else the opportunity. You become a fatal attraction in no time soon. So I'm just saying. Anybody got some input on that? Feel free to come on live. And on this Sex T Talk 101, I add any and everybody to it. And if you don't want to be on the live and conversate, but you're going to hurt my feelings if you decline it, but it doesn't matter to me because that's just what we do here. Remember, this is in a private group, so not the whole world is seeing this conversation. AJ, it is good to have you here, young man. This is Sex T 101. We're talking about intimacy, love, relationships, even sex toys, I mean, any support, any form of assisting others with information. We have a great tea time here on Sex Tea Talk 101. So we love for everybody to come in and have conversation with us. This is a time where we can just chit chat and have a good time. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's just having a good time. Because I mean, I'll admit, I'm as verse when it comes to these trans women. I'm just as verse as can be. Now y'all see my sippy cup. It's got something in the sippy cup. You see what I'm saying? There's something in it. But see, I'm it's a sippy cup. I'm just admitting the truth. It's a sippy cup. Some people need a sippy cup. You know, so I mean, I'm a big boy in a relationship. Sometimes I'm a big baby too. I'm all that and then some. I'm fun in a relationship. Is anybody here? I mean, come on, you all are so quiet right now. AJ, I know you're fun because AJ's in a relationship, and I know they're having fun. I know you're having fun. I just know you're having fun. What am I doing here? Okay. So, see, somebody want to laugh. So, does anybody have anything they want to contribute? Any questions? Any concerns? You can ask me a question if you like. I have no problem answering the question. Everybody's so fun. I know you have fun, AJ. That's the funny thing. How is your love life? Because you have a very unique love life. And if you want to get on live and talk about it, we would love to hear about it. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're talking about relationships, love. It is hot in this house. Oh, I just turned the oven on. Duh. Um, Ooh, I talk about sex and all of a sudden my head started sweating. Y'all see that shit? Just a sweating. I know your situation, Brandon. Brandon, let me tell y'all about Brandon. Well, Brandon, why don't you tell us about your situation? Since you want to put yourself out there, I'm putting you out there. Watch this. I'm going to let you tell about yourself, Brandon.
Hello, everyone.
What is your situation, Brandon? Because you're laughing and giggling right now.
Well, okay, so here's my
Don't make
thing.
it long because you'll stay on here all day talking
Well, I ain't
about
gonna make it long. I'll make it short and brief and to the point. I promise.
it.
Now,
Okay.
um, so basically, I was trying to date this guy, who considers himself a church boy and everything, and I told him admittedly, I decided to rush things and he understood that I had that as a downfall, so he accepted that about me. Um, but basically, we've been, I guess, taking a break, as he calls it. And I guess he said that if it's meant to be in the future, it'll be. Oh, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm sorry, but I'm done.
Y'all, this is what we do on Sex Tea Talk 101. Let your hair down. This is how we do it. So go ahead. I'm listening, Brandon. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to distract you. Go ahead.
So, I mean, I guess I've got some advice from you, Flex, but I wanna.
You froze. You froze, Brandon.
Okay, I'm back. So, but yeah, Melinda says I'm cracking up. I am too. But anyways, in all seriousness though, I really would like everyone else's opinion about my little situation
You don't
because
want no opinions. You want to hear somebody's feedback. Because if you get opinions,
okay, let me rephrase that. I want somebody's feedback. Because I want to see if it's really um because I really want to know if it's really worth it.
okay, wait a minute,
I
wait
mean,
a
I
minute,
really
Brandon.
want
You
to know
skipped
if
the
I want to
point.
go
You missed the
further.
point. He came to visit Brandon. I'm gonna tell it. He came to visit Brandon. Brandon called me and said, I said, where you at? He said, I'm outside. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm with so and so. I said, the boy that dumped you? He said, yeah. I said, what's he doing here? We're going to the store. I said, what the hell? So then I'm sitting there like, whatever. I'm just gonna let it go. So then Brandon goes, can he come in? I was like, yeah, he's your friend. Yeah, still y'all are friends. So they twiddle on to the back room, and Brandon is laying on the bed. They cuddling. I said, what the hell is going on? Now they friends with benefits. This don't make no damn sense. You know what I mean? Look.
I'm done. I'm so
So
done.
what is it that you're trying to get some feedback? What is it? I'm sorry, Brandon. I just to think about the
I
situation
guess,
is funny.
well, yeah, it is. But at the same time, I guess what I'm looking to know or have feedback on is it really worth possibly putting myself through the heartache of waiting for him to really be able to show his true self to his family so that way he can be open and honest and sit there and be able to date whoever he chooses.
Well, first of all, here's my feedback, and then I'm gonna let everybody else get some feedback. First of all, you have to remember
Hmm.
he was raised in the church, and he's trying to satisfy his family, and he's still young. And a lot of us still try,
Hmm.
even us as trans people, we want our parents' acceptance. We want to be loved, and he knows in his heart if he tells them I'm a gay man, they gonna. AJ said, "Hell no."
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, you have to
I
understand
mean,
you
he's
can't.
a good person. He's really a good person, I mean, he's really sweet and gentle and stuff. And I mean, he plays the piano, which is something I used to do when I was growing up. So, I mean, we have some type of relation with that. Like, we have some similarities, but I don't see. I'm so done with you, Flex. Uh,
I mean,
even though you said, he will string you along. Well, I mean, is that in a good way, Rosalie? I mean, cause
you know what I
I
say that
mean,
look, Brandon, just ride the wave until the wave stops floating. I mean, starts, moving. If it turns into a lake, jump to another ocean. That's what I gotta say.
mm,
I mean, because you can't. You're very out, and he's not. And the only way he's gonna be out is when he's around us and when he's in places and venues with us. So my thing is, from me to you, just enjoy the time you spend with him. Don't force him into a relationship. That's something that he's going to have to do on his own. And first, he's got to come out to his family and be comfortable being a gay man within the church system.
right.
So just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. I mean, he can still come
Yeah.
over and cuddle and
I told you, I can't get over you right now with that shit.
so that's my suggestion. I'm gonna let. Does anybody have any suggestions they want to get on live and share that with Brandon? because I think he
Yeah,
wants some feedback on that. Such, I'm so proud of my little gay
yeah.
son. He's so gay.
So I'm
He's
gonna
living
jump off here so that everybody else can give me some feedback and
okay,
give their
all
own
right,
story.
all right, and
All
they
right,
can.
y'all.
It's not sneaky sex. I mean, it's just I don't know what to call it because it's not my sex. Y'all know if you're gonna. Oh Lord, I need somebody to rub my shoulders. I'm having a rough time today. Here we go. There we go. So it's not Rosen. It can be sneaky sex, but if it works for them, more power to them. More power to them. All right. Who wants to get on live? AJ, you want to get on here? I want to talk to you because I have a question to ask you. AJ, if you ran away, I'm going to be upset. My buddy, my nephew. So, honey, all y'all my family. He might decline me. I might be burning some food. So while we're waiting for AJ, we're going to take a quick break to the oven, and then I'm coming right back.
First off, I don't hide from anybody. Let's get that together. I don't hide from anybody. I just didn't feel like being on live. But since the Godfather asked, I am here. And I'm waiting for him to come back.
I'm here. I'm cooking.
Hey, what's going on, Brandon?
I'm here. Y'all know what I do at night. I cook and I eat. That's a fat man problem. Fat man. Here we go. What's up, AJ?
What's going on?
Where's your band? No, I don't see no purple now. Where's my? Oh, you got to put that to sleep. I'm sorry. It's 11 o'clock at night. You doing all right?
I keep it around.
Tell everybody what that bandana's for first before we go any further.
Okay. This this lavender bandana was started as a visibility campaign for African American and brown, trans folks, and gender nonconforming people of color. I just wanted to point that out. It's called Visible T365. It's a whole visibility campaign on Instagram. I'm doing 365 days in purple as best as I can because I work full time and I'm also other things that I go through. So I try to have my bandana with me at all times. So I'm here.
I got my purple.
I see you. I see you, fam. I see you.
So you just started dating a young lady. Just maybe it's been about a year, or how long has it been now?
It's a little over a year now.
And how's that relationship going for you?
It's a very growing one. It has grown me in ways that I wasn't expecting it to.
Mm.
Um
Now I'm not going
yeah,
to disclose anything just yet. I'm gonna ask questions because
okay.
I like to drop the bomb on people. So so here's my thing. Hey Ari, um, did you think the woman that you're dating now would have been the woman you know what what's that question? Do you feel that you would have dated this woman prior to meeting her ever? This type of woman, this individual.
Um I'll say back when we initially made contact back in the DL days, never. That was never a thing for me. Like I didn't understand it, I didn't get it. And I'm referring to the fact that my girlfriend is indeed transgender. So, um it wasn't something that I was really expecting for that to shift. For me, my attraction has always been to the a feminine energy kind of. Um, so I've dated guys, but I've also dated very feminine. Um, so for me, a trans woman was like, wait, this is going on, and then I had to kind of like uncondition or decondition my mind
Uh-huh.
around what it means for somebody to be male or female anatomically, um, versus being a trans individual. And at the time, I was still living my life as a stud, quote unquote. Um, and I had a lot of misinformation around that because I had an actual GID diagnosis at 9. So there was a lot of confusion around myself first. So once I got to learn myself and understand that, okay, if I invalidate somebody else that is trans, I'm invalidating who I am. So now I can see this woman for all of who she is, and it's been one of the best relationships. It's been very trying because we are very strong in our opinions and we represent two far ends of the spectrum. She's very non-binary. I'm very binary, where she
Wow.
is very black and radical. I was very whitewashed. I am now more on the black side of that shit now, thanks to my goddess. But it's it's that she actually holds my mirror up for me and shows me a better reflection of myself. So I've never in a million years thought I would end up dating a trans woman and being happy in a relationship with a trans woman.
Wow. And this is your first trans woman that you're dating, right?
No, she's not the first trans woman I've dated. She's
Mm.
the first trans woman that I've dated long term, seriously.
Wow. Now, are you all in the same state? Or are you all different states? Or is it long
Um,
distance or local?
she actually moved here,
Okay.
to Philly, so we are now in the same state.
Okay. That's awesome. That is awesome. I commend you.
Spank you, spank you, spank
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand our TNT relationships. They really don't. Um, and we are strong. When it comes to Transmen, we're very strong people, and sometimes we can clash a lot. But we have to learn that clashing is what's going to grow us, pull us together.
you. Hmm.
You know, we both have a strength in us because we both are carrying two energies that are always going to be existent. We're always carrying that masculine and feminine energy, and it's always going to be existent. So sometimes that magnet is going to, it's going to bounce against itself. Whereas cisgender people, it's that masculine energy over here, and it's just like, okay, whatever, okay. But now we've got double and double. It's like sometimes you'll have that clash, but that clash can be a very positive clash and very empowering clash. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's awesome that the relationship you have. I've watched you grow in that relationship, and I've just been excited for you. I actually got jealous.
Oh wow.
I was like, how is it my nephew? Y'all have to understand AJ is younger than I am, and he watched me in my transition before he transitioned. So how is it my nephew can get somebody, and I'm still 56 and single?
You gotta be at the right conference. And believe it or not, that the funny thing is we did not talk to each other at the conference that we met each other at. We didn't interact at all. And the second year she actually showed up, I came across the room to see her, but it was at BTEC. And it was kind of like, okay, what happens from here? And she was like, you seemed like redeemable trash. And you know what? I couldn't even be mad at her because she was like, well, do you agree with the statement that niggas ain't shit? I was like, for the most part, yeah. Because I can't. It's statistical data that goes along with that. And
Right,
like, you know, we have to, in order for that to change, we have to shift that narrative. But yeah, that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother
right, right,
event.
right, right. And that's the thing. I think that when we meet the women in our lives in the trans community, we can meet our match. Now, I love the girls. I love them. I tease them online and all that, but I love the girls. I really do, and I've always have. But it's just finding the right one or the right one wanting me. Still to this day, I don't know how to date, so I don't know how to do that part.
I think that's
I'm
a
a little
lot of
slow.
trans people, both masculine and feminine, problem. We don't know how to properly date. Like, And what the fuck does properly date? What does proper dating look like? Who's
Well,
making the guideline for this crap?
You're right.
I got
You're so right. You're so right. There is no guidelines. We don't have a guideline. We have to make up our own individual guidelines on what's going to work for us as a person. You know, I have several of interest. Some are out of state, some are an hour away. But I want somebody no more than 30 minutes because I'm getting too old to travel.
I hear that.
I mean, you know, you went to BTAC, which was in Texas, and you met your mate, and they moved to you. If only I could meet somebody and they come here, I'd be good to go. But you know me, I'm not trying to shack up real quick. I done did all that.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather just you live on one side of town and I see you and we have our space because I'm a busy man. So I gotta have my space. You know, unless you're gonna work with me and be my anchor, like some of these brothers have, the mates they have, they're good anchors. I need a good anchor. That's all I'm seeking is a good anchor. If she can be a good anchor and I can be a good anchor to her for whatever her goals are, it's a match. And maybe that's what you have and other people have in their relationships. You have to have a good anchor. I believe that's what you need.
True.
So I think it's pretty cool that you have her in your life. I really do. I think it's awesome. I commend you.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
So when do y'all get married? You know, man, it's that stupid man. So when you get married, son?
The 35th. Wait on it.
There's no
Exactly.
such thing as
People ask me stuff like that. Oh, when you getting married? Oh, the 35th of any month.
So let me ask you this question, because I know people are chiming in and thinking what to ask you. So I'm gonna ask these questions. So before you dated her, as a trans man, you dated cisgender females, right?
Uh, it wasn't limited to just cisgender females. No.
Okay, so you were pansexual in your sexuality.
I hate that word with a passion because that okay. The word pansexual in my eyes, and this is a self identifier. This is where me and Lewis actually get met in the middle. Pansexual means all, and I'm selective and I'm discriminatory. I'm not even gonna hold you. There are certain things that I will not deal with. I won't date. I can't deal with somebody that does not like music. I can't deal with somebody that does not like to cook.
Look,
Not saying that you
those
don't
are
know how
things.
to cook.
Those are skills. Those are skills.
Those are skills. Yes. But those are things that I value and I'm a chef. I have a passion for it. So I want something outside of us being in a relationship that we can have a commonality and we can bond over. Cooking is one of those things,
Uh-huh.
and historically in my family, that's where we start our bond. So that is a core value for me. So you have to
Right.
at least like cooking in order
Right.
to. And for me, that was a part of the biggest issue in my last relationship. The girl hate cooking, and she expected me to come home from working a 12-hour shift and cook dinner. Girl, who? Yeah, sis. No, you got me messed up.
Either that, a meal, a 5 day leftover meal. That's about it.
Right. Yeah,
Something you
no.
don't cook that's 5 days old. That's about it. And you know you ain't supposed to leave nothing in the refrigerator no later than 3 days.
True.
So, but I think it's awesome. I really think it's awesome. And like that word pansexual, I identify as pansexual because it is sexually, to me, sexually, it is all. Sometimes I might be with cisgendered men or cisgender women or trans women. I've been with one trans man. So it is all. My mom asked me one day, she said, "What is that?" I said, "You throw it in the pan, you pick it out for the day." She said, "It's like scrambled eggs." She said, "You a hoe. That's all that is." She called me a
Oh,
whore.
mom
She said,
called
"You're a
you.
man whore." She said, "You are a man whore."
I'll take it.
I said, "Thank you." I'll take greedy first. She said that's greedy too.
And I think for me, I identify more as queer because I like dating outside the norm. Like there are guys that I'm highly attracted to that are super macho, but I would never approach them because I like I like people who can embrace a little bit of that not so masculine energy. Um, it may not always present itself upon sight. They might not be super flamboyant. They might not be super effeminate, and they might give you and read you as a trading kind of dude. But
Right.
oh, when we are together, oh child, this kid, like he might want a kid. He might be a ballroom kid. He might be, you know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
one of those things where you can have that versatility. I like people who embrace their versatility as human beings.
Right. Right.
Because I am so binary. That's the funny part. I'm binary as fuck, but I like people who can embrace because I attract the opposite. I like people who can embrace what I don't.
You like people for the spirit that they carry more than anything. It's
Yeah.
not about the exterior, it's not about the genitalia, it's not about it's the spirit that you're attracted to. And I think that's something with our community, trans people, we are attracted to the spirit of what the person carries more than anything else. Because the spirit tells you, okay, this is it or not. We're more in tune with our own spirit. We're more in tune with spirituality, I think, in our community than other communities.
Yeah. I also feel like we are spiritual, very special spiritual beings as trans people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which definitely allows us to open other pathways and be able to connect with other energies and things of that nature. So yeah,
Right, right, right. And that's what makes us different. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think, oh, I'm just going to tell you what I think. And then you tell me what you think. I believe in my brain, my third brain back here, not the two here, but the one back there. I believe in my third brain that we as trans people are the next generation of mankind. Do you believe that?
yes, and I believe that off of the simple fact that we've been here. The difference is we were erased. People have not been due to colonization. We have been silenced. We have been erased from history, and we have
Mm-hmm.
been basically eradicated. The Native Americans are a prime example of those two-spirited people who existed long before, and that basically that was stripped away. Our African continent has been colonized to the point where those two genders are now a thing amongst African culture, and they think that that's a part of what true Africa was supposed to be. When we embraced, there are some tribes who still practice and still hold these two-spirited individuals up on these pedestals because basically we are gods. Um, so in royalty, but because of colonization, erasure, and eradication, we have basically become the lowest thing on the tier, and we're looked at as weird or freaks, demonized.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you, in the Centenarian religion, some of y'all aren't aware of it, that in some Caribbean islands and some of the Spanish islands where the Centenarian religion is practiced, a two-spirited person is on the higher level. We are on a higher level. You know, my aunt, I'm gonna tell you a story. I had an aunt that's she's a priestess in my family, and she told me, she said when I was younger, she said, you will become a priestess. And I was like, that ain't for me, not today. But now I do understand where she was coming from, because I see things different than the average individual as a trans man. I see things in a whole different realm than most cisgender people will never, up to this day, they don't understand why I feel the way I feel, or they're attracted to me because of my spirit, because of the way I see things or how I deal with situations. It's out of the norm of what they're used to doing or what they've been conditioned to do. and in in a lot of um a lot of I can't get the word out. A lot of other ethnicities and races and all that. When you had two spirited people, they were on that totem pole to be acknowledged as they were they were guides. A lot of us were guides.
Hmm. People would come to
So
us with any of the issues in their lives, and like, which direction should I go, and like, how do I find my path and my dream, and like, those were the questions. They would come to us as gods basically, and like, ask for guidance.
that's so true. So I figured I asked that question to see how you thought about that because I feel we are the next generation of mankind, even to the point of when it comes to children bearing of children, trans men are bearing children now for their mates, and I think that's an awesome thing. I tell anybody if you got the plumbing to do it now. Because if you can't do it, like me, I'm too old. I can't. I'll be done fell out. Clink clink. I'm on the ground. So um, I just think it's an awesome thing that you have the relationship you have, and I really commend you. And I look forward to seeing 35 in the 35th day of the month. Yeah, I'm waiting on that.
The
I'm
35th is
waiting.
gonna come one day, and
Yeah.
when I send out my wedding invitations, that's what it's gonna say. The 35th is here.
Well, I really commend you, and please hug your mate for us and let her know we love her as well. So I'm gonna bring some other people on, and AJ, stay here and just comment if you want to get back on. Let me know. Just hit that little button, and we'll just bring you back on. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Yep, that's my nephew. That's one of my nephews. Yes, yes. So, did y'all learn something? Some of y'all did. Some of you didn't. So here we go. I'm going down the line. Something to say. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Coco, don't think not gonna get you on. Ooh, Melinda, what you do to your hair? You frizzed it up.
I just let it down. I usually have it in a ponytail. I just let it down. Um, I just wanted to say, transition has killed sexuality for me. I don't
You've been
care.
saying that for 3, 4 months.
I
We know that's the
three,
problem.
4 fucking months. I don't care. And but it's like a freedom. I mean, I could fuck you right now, but I wouldn't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's like a freedom. It's like an open door. You can just walk through it and do whatever the hell you want to do, and it's awesome. Um, I don't know if it's HRT. I don't know if it's a mindset. I don't know what caused it, but it's just this renewed like it awesome just blah. You know what I mean? You don't have to care anymore. And it's so great because like when I was pretending to like girls and when I was pretending to be bi and all that crap, and the failed marriages and all that. All I got out of my previous sexuality and previous gender identity was two awesome kids. And that was worth it. But I mean, it's just there's nothing left. It's just like dust. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's called estrogen. Welcome to the world of trans women's estrogen. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I
And
mean, it's just
see, they reassure me that when transition, like I'm going up, I've been like 2 years now open, 2.5 years on HRT. And like when I start going down the other side, they assure me that sexuality is going to come back and I'm
they
going to be
lied.
a horn dog, you know? And I
Some
don't
reason
know if
yours
that,
is maybe you need to take like some I don't know, some Spanish fly or something. I don't know what they
I
do.
don't really miss it though. It's sort of like freeing. It's like you don't have to think about it anymore. You're free.
Well, I don't think about it, but sometimes it just be like Wake up, motherfucker. I got something for you to think about.
Well, it's Wednesday, so we can talk about anything, right? Um,
Yes, we talk. This is Sexy Talk 101. So feel
I
free to
had the
chime in, type in, or whatever.
I had the orgy, and like, so there's no sperm. So what comes
Right.
out
You're
is
not
like the
supposed to.
sticky, pale, like fluid thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what part of my body it comes from. You know what I mean?
So wait a minute. You had the orgy, so now you just got
I had the
worm
orgy.
spit.
I don't have testicles, but I still have a penis.
So what you got is what the, I know it sounds gross, everybody, but it sounds like you're just getting worm spit.
Basically, yeah. It's not semen. It's pale,
It's
sticky,
yeah, it's just clear.
yeah,
Yeah,
fluid.
it's just a
And
liquid. It's the body
yeah,
reacting.
yeah. And I don't know what part of my body it comes from. I don't know what's producing it. I haven't done the research. And
You better do some research.
I don't really want to know. Why do I need to know? You know what I mean? But yeah, I
So,
mean
so, so this
the
is your
whole thing
first
about
year.
like
How how long have you been on your HRT?
okay, I've been publicly out for a year and a half, but I've been on HLT for almost 3 years. I was
Okay.
for a while, yeah. And what's going on right now is like this like I feel like I'm hitting a point in transition where like I'm about to cross over and start to get back into sexuality, you know, because I've been out of the game for so long. But then I don't know how to date, like you guys were saying earlier. I don't know how to date. I don't know how to approach people. I don't know how to like. What am I supposed to go to gay bars? I mean, what am I supposed to get on Grinder? What am I supposed to do?
Well, don't ask me because I'm still single at 56 a bachelor, so I couldn't tell you what to do. I mean, you can go to conference. Well, no, because see, some conferences don't have people that you because you want to date a cisgendered male, right?
Yes. Well, it'd have to be cisgender. I'd date a trans man,
Well,
but I don't want to
I
date a
don't know
woman.
what to tell. Does
Yeah.
anybody got suggestions? Because I can't tell Melinda what to do. I'm confused on this one.
Yeah, it's a
All I
tough
know,
one.
Melinda, is you can do like Brandon did. He had a cuddle buddy, and then I'm just saying.
Right? It's a toughie. And like I have to explain to people that I'm not gay. I'm like trans het, and that's like a
They'll never
hard
get it.
no,
The
they'll
problem
never
is
get it.
even if
And that's a
they'll
hard
not, even if you
conversation.
had even as long as you still have um. Brandon said you can do just Grinder for a hookup.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of terrified of that kind of thing. It sort of
Yeah,
frightens
'cause-
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
it scares us because we have issues where um uh our trans women are being our I hate when people do that. Our trans women are being killed, so we have to be cautious about who we're interacting with as trans people, as
Mm-hmm.
all in all.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people that are after trans men, but you just don't hear the stories of our trans men,
Oh no,
being
y'all
killed.
are like invisible for some dumbass reason, which really pisses me off. Because I've got a lot of trans brothers, and they're like in this invisible backseat where no one acknowledges them, and
I
like
think a
trans
lot of it is.
get all the attention.
I think a lot of it is because some of our trans men, and I could be wrong, AJ, correct me, but I mean I think a lot of it is because a lot of our trans men haven't had the gender markers, in our surgery, so they still identify us under the gender of female, and with the trans woman they do the same. That's why they say a lot of girls are still male if she still has her third leg, or she still has her gender marker not changed. I think that's the problem. We're dealing with society and the way society thinks, and we're dealing
Mm,
with that more than
mm,
anything. But for ourselves, being who we are mentally, sexually, emotionally, and physically, and all that, we need to be who we are and do what we do for ourselves. And with our trans men on an invisible level, some of us are visible and some of us aren't. A lot of it is a safety thing, but a lot of us don't want our business out there. We really don't. I mean, that's I just happen to be I'm visible. AJ's visible. Brandon's being a visible gay man. I mean, we're honest and we're going to put it out there. No one can learn unless they learn through somebody else. You know, just like you talking about your sexuality being dormant right now, no one can learn unless they hear from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for you to find someone, I mean, there are groups on Facebook and other social media sites that you may be able to find your mate.
When I'm ready.
Yeah,
When
when
I'm
you're
ready.
ready.
Yeah,
I mean,
when
just
I'm
find.
ready.
I think what you might have to do is what I do is once in a while I'll go out and have lunch with somebody or a cup of coffee just to
Mm-hmm.
know that just to validate myself that I'm still available, that I'm still worth dating, just that I have qualities that I can add in a conversation. So maybe
I
you need to
like
find
that.
someone you can have, yeah, something
I
like
like
that.
that. I might start doing that. I'm at a point right now where I'm not unhappy being single. I'm not unhappy
No, neither
being
am I.
like
I'm
out of
not
the
unhappy
game. I'm
either.
really sort
Yeah,
of cool being
yeah.
out of the game. Yeah, because the game
I
sucked.
mean, yeah, I'm not unhappy either. I think what it is with me is I just want someone. I'm like Brandon. He got a cuddle buddy, and okay, so I might
That's
want
what I
to
want.
get me a cuddle buddy and do my thing. So I think that's what it is. I
That's
think
what I
that's what it
want.
is.
I want a guy to cuddle and smooch with, but not necessarily be in a relationship. But that's asking a lot. That's demanding something from another person. Hey, come over here and cuddle me and snuggle with me and sleep with stuffed animals and pillows and blankies and all that crap and watch Netflix and like smooch me, but don't be my boyfriend. That is demanding a lot of another person. It's not fair, you know. That's sort of on me, and that's the way that I look at it. It's sort of on me. I don't have a right to tell someone else to like come over into my space and just like take care of me, cook me
Right,
dinner and all that crap. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair.
right. I think we just more or less. And the older we get, I think we get settled in what we seek to find, what we seek to have in our life. I mean, I'm picky. I'm not picky, but I'm selective.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be picky, but now I'm selective.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very particular. And with that particularity comes being selective.
Well, and see, I've been out privately for 3 years, publicly for a year and a half. I still struggle with dysphoria and in
Hmm.
some cases dysmorphia. Like I don't like pictures of myself. I don't like looking in the mirror. Like right now I'm looking at my little Facebook
Yeah.
frame and I'm just like, oh my God, it's a dude. No, no. You know what I mean?
But
And like,
that's something that you yourself need to work on. And
I
maybe
know.
and at least Melinda, you admit it, and some people don't admit it. They don't admit that, and not to be funny, but we had someone who just in Vermont became, I think, a governor or a senator, representative or
Yes,
something,
yes.
and
And
she
she
got
got all
slammed by the
kinds of blowback.
community. Right. But the thing was, it's something you have to work on. And at least you admit that you have to work on it. Some people deny it. They are in denial. They can't verbalize. When you verbalize something in the universe, that means you're okay. That means you're okay. You know what you got to do, and you're going to do it. In time, you will get to that point. But right now, you're working on other things for yourself. And because you're working on yourself, that means in time, you will find a mate because now when you work on yourself, the mate comes to you. I believe that.
I haven't even decided if I want a mate. I don't even know if that's like in my future. I suppose it probably is. I'm young enough. I'll be 48 this year. I mean, it's probably something that's going to happen. I don't reckon I'll be single for the rest of my life, but it's not something I'm looking for right now either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
You
no,
know,
because you're working on you. I think that's what
yeah,
happened with me. I started working on me, and I end up getting these people in my life, and I always kept saying these people are in my life for a reason and a season, and that's it. They're not the ones for future, my final relationship. So I believe
yeah,
that the ones that I've dated in the past years were just there for a season and a reason, and that was it, and they're done. And because my last relationship didn't last a year, but we still lived together for a total of 3 years. We lasted a year, we lived together for two, but we were still in the same household. And that person was there for a season, and the season was top surgery. I had a knee damage. That person was there for that. But now that I'm where I'm able to do for me and do what I need to do, that season's over, and I'm back to where I need to be, for me. So I'm working on me to prepare for who is the final mate. I want that final mate, but it'll happen, and I know it'll happen. So I'm being patient, but I'm being frustrated because there's times the dog is not enough. You know, Last week he didn't sleep with me at all, so the dog is not enough. I'm just gonna tell y'all that right now. So he decided he gonna start sleeping on the couch. I feel heartbroken because my dog don't sleep with me. Y'all gonna laugh, but I was like, "Well, Dad, you don't even sleep in the bed with me. What's going on? What I do to you? I didn't do anything to you." And he's sleeping on the couch now. So I'm like,
well,
this
see,
is not fair to me.
that's kind
That
of what
hurt
I
my
feel
feelings. The
like at
dog
night.
hurt my feelings.
Like at night, I like snuggle up with like pillows and blankets and shit. And I'm like, I wish this was a person. And it's not weird. It's not like I'm just like all creepy over here or something. It's just like, I wish there was another human being here,
Right.
because I'm lonely. But at the same time, like I said before, I can't put demands on another person. I can't be like, well,
Right.
I don't want a relationship, but come sleep with me, because that's not fair
Right.
to other people. I mean, that's sort of wrong, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
if you find someone who agrees with you on that, how rare is that? You're so
It is
lucky.
rare. It is
Yeah,
rare.
you're so lucky. Yeah. So I'm not on like dating apps being like, "Ah, I just want a friend with benefits, you know, because that's not correct. I mean, that's not how we conduct ourselves. But yeah, I have. Oh God, transition is weird, isn't it, Flex? you know, it's
Life is
weird.
weird. Life is weird. It's just not transition. It's life. Life is very
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
But yet we have to grow within it, move within it, and evolve within it and become who we are within it. And as we become that, we begin to see things about ourselves. And if we're aware of it, then we can make those changes. And like you're doing now, you're working on you and you're working on those changes. And like I said, in time, that person that needs to be in your life, however way they are in your life, it will happen. Because you're working on you.
I
You're
know it
working
will.
right now. Yeah, and
I
right
know.
now, it's
I
it's
know it'll
hard to
happen.
do it. It's hard to do these surgeries and the things by yourself, but sometimes you really appreciate you more than anything because you did it for yourself.
And I am doing them by myself. I don't have a
Yeah,
partner in this journey.
right,
It's a solo
right,
journey,
right,
and I mean, that's the way it is. And on the one hand, I like it that way. I don't want other people's involvement necessarily. But on the other hand, it would be lovely to come home to someone and like hug them and say, "Oh, wow, this happened today." Yeah. And it's so there's a what's the word? There's a dichotomy,
disconnect. Yeah,
a disconnect. Yeah. So that's a thing that's happening, but I don't know. It's just, I mean, you do what you got to do. Um, I hosted some friends recently here in Charlotte. We rented an Airbnb and we coincidentally drove past my laser clinic. And I was like, oh, that's where I get my laser done. And my other trans friend looked at me and said, well, you know what? It's a necessity. You have to get it done. You're going to get it done. You don't have a
Hmm.
choice, and I thought that was so beautiful that she said that. It was just like, it made a lot of sense, you know.
That's part. That is something that I always say. That is part of your livelihood. That's something. There's things that we have to do and prepare for every day, being who we are, and in relationships, the mates that we have in our relationships have to understand that as well. That's why I think with
Mhm.
AJ and his lady that he's dating, the young lady he's dating, his goddess that he's dating now, it's such a great relationship because they know this is a livelihood. They know what they have to do individually for their well-being and for their sanity and for their wellness and everything. They know what they have to do,
Yeah,
and
no,
because
it's
of that, they
wellness.
yeah,
It's wellness.
yeah.
My friend was like, you don't have a choice. I mean, you got to go somewhere, get your hair removed. It might as well be that place. I mean, you don't have a choice.
But you
You
have to have
have
a
to
mate
do it.
but within our transition, because this is a life, this is a livelihood, this is forever. So we have to have those mates. I feel like we need to have those mates that are very understanding that this is a need, not just
Mhm.
a choice.
A
You know,
choice. Yes,
I made a
yes.
comment, and I say this, and I'll say it again. I'm not refusing to date, but at this present time in my life, I don't feel I need to date cisgendered women because cisgendered women's agenda is different than my agenda, and many
Hmm.
times I've lost a lot because of being with cisgendered women, not understanding the importance of my wellness. They just took it for granted that it just happened when it happened. But I need someone in my life that understands the importance of my wellness, and my finances have to go in a certain direction, not to take care of them.
I kind of feel like when I start back up, when my sex drive kicks back in and I start dating again, it's probably going to be trans men. And that's not like a thing, like a oh, I fetish trans men. I just feel more comfortable in that
I think
situation.
that's it. I think that's
Yeah.
it. We also are comfortable with each other. As that's why I ask that question all the time to everyone on Sex T 101 and any other time. I feel that we as trans people, we are the next evolution of mankind, and we are the next idea of what a relationship is because
I
we
agree.
complement each other in so many ways that it's awesome. It's like, is this what's supposed to happen? Like I told everybody, Adam may have never been Adam, and Eve may have never been Eve. Adam could have been Eve, and Eve could have been Adam. But I ain't gonna tell y'all that because I didn't write the book. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right. Yeah. I just it's not even a trans thing. It's just that I feel like I'm going to be more comfortable with other trans people. And on the other side of the same coin, that's exclusionary. I shouldn't discount cis people, because they're cis, but I just really feel like I'm going to be more comfortable with trans men than cis men. You know what I mean? Yeah, and in a way, I sort of feel bad about that. I mean, should I feel bad about that? Is that something that's
No,
is that wrong?
no, it's not. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Okay, good.
So let's see.
Let's get
Ar-
um let's get Ari
Ari,
in
yeah.
here.
Let's see if
Let's
she's
get
ready to come in. She might be in the shower. Last time she
Ari.
came in, she was in that
Ari.
shower. It took her 3 days to get online. But we're gonna
I'm
see
going
if
to
she's
sing a
ready to
little
come
song about Ari.
All right, so we're gonna try to get Ari in and whoever else is available, so we can have some conversation. Melinda, thank you, and stay tuned. Stay on here. Don't go nowhere.
Oh no, I'm here, baby. Don't worry about it.
Well, it looks like everybody slowly disappeared on back here. She's waving at us, groovy. So, as you all decide have noticed, we had a great conversation with some of our trans people, talking about relationships, talking about what we're going through intimately and the changes we go through every day. Um, and we're just about ready to show in the show for tonight because it is almost 1 o'clock, and I'm trying to do early shows. And at 2 o'clock, I'll be doing a personal live for folks to get on and have conversation. But this was a great topic here at 16101. And I appreciate everybody that came through. Brandon, AJ, Melinda. Did I miss anybody? Everyone that was here. Ari was here. Michaela was here. Coco was here. Wanda was here. And Miss Rosalie was here. So I appreciate everybody who came through on the group. And please feel free to share this with your friends, to come on to the, share with your friends to take part in the group. And Jocelyn was here for a little bit. Jocelyn was here. I don't know what happened. We lost her earlier. I would have loved to have Jocelyn come on, but she's not here with us right now. So feel free to encourage folks to come onto the Facebook VIP access page to take part of our Realness reality talk shows. I know we've been doing the shows and we've been getting great hits, but there's a time that we have to stop doing that and actually go back to what we were doing. But I think we're going to do a live feed after this and make it known that we still do have this live feed. So we've got 15 minutes, so I think we're going to close out and go to doing a live feed at 1:30 on Facebook Live, Flex Jones Facebook Live page. And I thank you here, group members, for coming in and having Sex Tea Talk 101 on our VIP access page. We love you. Take care. Good night, everybody.